If you are titling a vessel with a length of 16 feet or more, or less than 16 feet with an outboard motor, then you would need to complete Form 82040. To avoid any delays in processing, allow us to assist you with properly completing this form. You can find a copy of this form by accessing the link shown on the screen. The link will also be available in the description section of this video. You can double check that you have the correct form if you see a boat icon on the top left corner and the title indicates that the form is for an application for a certificate of vessel title. Begin by selecting the application type. If you are transferring a title, select Transfer, or if you're obtaining an original title with a manufacturer's certificate of origin or bringing in a vessel from out of state, select Original. Then mark if you want your certificate of title to be printed and how to receive it, either by mail or by picking it up at one of our offices, or if you choose to retain the title as an electronic title, mark No. In Section 1, you will fill in all of your personal information that is being requested. The only parts that are voluntary are the phone number, email, and the question about hearing impairments. The customer number, fleet number, and the unit number applies only for certain individuals or for businesses. If you do not have one, you can leave those spaces blank. Write in the owner's county of residence. Indicate if you are a Florida resident and a United States citizen. If you are applying for joint ownership, indicate whether the names on the title will be joined by and or. Here is a brief explanation of what this means. When a vessel is registered in the names of two or more persons as co-owners with the word or, such vessels will be held in joint tenancy. This means that each co-owner will be deemed to have granted to the other co-owner the absolute right to dispose of the title and interest in the vessel, and the signature of any co-owner shall constitute proper endorsement. Upon the death of a co-owner, the interest of the decedent shall pass to the survivor as though title or interest in the vessel was held in joint tenancy. This provision shall apply even if the co-owners are husband and wife. When a vessel is registered in the names of two or more persons as co-owners in the conjunctive with the word and, the signature of each co-owner or his or her personal representative shall be required to transfer title to the vessel. It is recommended that you consult with an attorney if you have questions or concerns about joint ownership or to make sure that you have all the necessary documents to include with your application. Provide the owner name exactly as it appears in your driver's license. Indicate your sex. Write M for male or F for female. Write in your date of birth, Florida driver's license number or identification card number, and mailing and residential address. If you wish for the title to be sent to another person at a different address, you can fill in the information of that individual in this section. If not, you can leave it blank. If there is a co-owner in the title, please fill in the information of that person in this section. If there is only one owner, you can leave it blank. In Section 2, please type in the whole identification number, Florida title number, DO number, state of principal use, make, model, year, weight, and length. As a note, the cost of the decal is based on the length of the hull. Enter the vessel type, the hull material, what the vessel is made of, the propulsion type, how the vessel moves through the waterways, the engine drive type, where the engine is located, and what type of fuel the engine takes. All this information is used to title your vessel. And then select the primary operation for the vessel. If you use your vessel for personal use and not for business purposes, you should select recreational pleasure. For the renewal of number box, mark No if you do not wish to renew the registration of the vessel because it will be stored away and not be used in any waterways. If you select No, you will get a non-use registration document. Keep in mind that if you select No in this section, you will need to mark off a box in Section 11. We will discuss this further once we get to that section later in the video. This section does not apply for everyone. It only applies if your vessel has been branded as damaged or any other brands such as manufacturer buyback, police, taxi, among others. If your vessel is titled or registered out of the state of Florida, mark if it is from out of state or out of country, and write in which state or country it has been listed in and the previous registration number. If the vessel has been listed in more than one state or country, write it down in the additional spaces provided. In most cases, Section 4 is left blank. It only applies to certain individuals. If your vessel has been documented with the U.S. Coast Guard or is a foreign documented vessel, you will need to mark off the certification box and provide one of the documents listed in this section. Section 5 only applies if you are financing the vessel and you have a lien holder. If you have a lien holder, please write your lien holder's information here. A lien holder is a lender that legally has an interest in your property until you pay it off in full. ELT stands for Electronic Lien and Title. Many financial institutions participate in this program, which allows individuals to electronically retain their title. If your lien holder is a business that has an FEID number, then most likely you have an ELT lien. Please reach out to your lien holder if you are unsure if you are an ELT customer or if you don't know your lien holder's information. Just like Section 5, Section 6 only applies if you are financing the vessel and you have a lien holder. If you have a lien holder, mark the certification box and write the name and address of your lien holder. Section 7 only applies if the vessel has been transferred in your name. If the vessel has been transferred in your name, select how it was transferred and the date that it was acquired. If you are selecting sale, the price should be written in the space provided. Section 8 is left blank most of the time. This section is only completed if you purchased your vessel from a Florida dealership. Vessel dealers do not have to title and register vessels for their customers, but they should complete this section if the vessel was acquired through a dealer. Section 9 is only completed if you are exempt from sales tax per Chapter 212 of Florida statute. Sales tax would be exempt if acquired by inheritance, divorce decree, removing name of spouse from title, and receiving the vessel as a gift. If applicable, accurately complete this section and provide the necessary documentation for the sales tax exemption. Section 10 is only used for scenarios when a vessel was acquired by repossession. If applicable, mark the certification box. Section 11 is only completed if the title of the vessel was lost or destroyed, or if the vessel will not be operated in any waterways until it is properly registered. As a reminder, if you selected no in the renewal of number part in Section 2, you will need to also check off the second box in this section, which states that the vessel identified will not be operated on the water of this state until properly registered. Section 12 is the signature section. This section must be signed and dated by the owner or owners applying for the title. If utilizing a power of attorney, the person that will be acting on your behalf will write in their name and signature and then write the letters POA after their printed name. If the title is in joint ownership with multiple owners, regardless if it is joined by the word and or, all co-owners must write their name, add their signature, and type in the date. Section 13 is only completed if you are acquiring a vessel where the owner is deceased. Write the name of the deceased, the date of death, and check off the correct selection. Then mark if you are the spouse, co-owner, or heir, write your name, add your signature and the date. And then write again your name, signature, and date in this section. If you acquired the vessel by inheritance and you do not have the title on hand, please call us at 813-635-5200 for further assistance.